Welcome to Lucky Boys Podcast. I'm Will.
I'm Norm. Welcome to our new setup. It's been we have like
It's our second new
setup, right? So
Yeah.
we have studios around the world. So right now we're in Paris. No, I'm just kidding. No.
I wish. Actually, no. I'm happy considering like everything.
Yeah, we're not in Europe.
All the craziness going around the world. I like being where I'm at.
Yeah, but we are in the epicenter of we're in New York.
We are,
New York,
but it's a devil that I know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be in Paris. I don't speak the language.
True. Yeah.
Right. I don't know the customs there. I don't know how racist the people. I mean, at least here I get a gauge for the level of racism, which is kind of crazy, man. Everything that we've been talking about has come true and then some.
Yeah.
And I know we talked about this in our last episode, but now it seems like a lot more people are catching on. I actually see media coverage in regards to some of the racism surrounding and the xenophobia surrounding coronavirus.
Yeah.
And Asians specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I just want to make this clear is that, I'm seeing a lot of things where, I mean, even in our comment section, as we discussed that, we're going to see some racism there, and especially on social media. I mean, if people could hide behind a veil, they're gonna talk crazy. Maybe they may not even. They just want to get a reaction out of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in person, though, that's the crazy shit. That's the stuff that I'm seeing, like the targeting of little girls that are like 5 feet tall, and they're feeling like a big tough guy, talking shit, hitting them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's wild, man. It's bringing out some of the ugliest people.
Yeah. You hear about people, Asians just buying up guns just to protect themselves, right. and you don't hear stories of people being harassed that can protect themselves.
Of course.
These people are just going after people who are defenseless.
You think any KKK members will go up to Mike Tyson? You know what I mean? They may hate black folks.
They ain't stupid.
But they're not stupid. If they see Mike Tyson, they are not going to curse him out and drop N-bombs all over him or disrespect him in any way.
Yeah.
So it's like that. They look at the Asians. They don't know which one's crazy because, Asians, a lot of Asian guys in general that are healthy, young, some of them are animals. Mm-hmm. Like where they grew up, they definitely don't fit the model minority. If some people want to test it, if they test the wrong one, like we're talking about.
Yeah.
There'll be repercussions, especially if those guys are crazy or they're packing heat.
Yeah.
They will not hesitate to shoot or stab because actually some of them, at this point, some of them are just like, even the folks that hit us up, they were like, yeah, I wish they did that to me. I'm like, whoa, man. It came to that point where these guys are so frustrated, so angry. They're inviting some of that energy. Yeah. And that goes against our nature. A lot of these people in nature is just to be peaceful. You just want to be left alone to our own devices and spread love. That's all it is. But now they're getting sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yeah.
They're getting sick and tired of getting beat on. And this is, like I said, they're innocent in all of this. They're not, they didn't cause the virus. They were here in America. Yeah. Or here in Europe, in France. They were never in China. They never ate bats. If anybody put a bat suit or whatever in front of them or any exotic animal, I bet you they won't even touch it. I know I wouldn't. Yeah. I'm as American as them, except that
you look different.
I look different. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. It's crazy. And stupid people, man. Stupid people. They just looking to lash out on all the wrong people. Yeah. Did
you hear about this incident that happened in Grand Street Station, which is like located in Chinatown, where we grew up in that area? This lady, so happened, this lady, she was walking and this dude comes up to her and yelled something at her. Like you Chinese coronavirus, bitch or something like that.
Yeah, these people are real creative.
But it's crazy because the video that I saw was the guy, he was walking out, and then you see this video of this girl she's like super pissed. She ran after him and like,
oh really,
caught up to him and trying to attack him, but then like there's that two-way street. Like if you're being attacked, then obviously he's gonna attack back, and he's like a huge big guy, and this is like compared to like a 5
Yeah,
foot,
she got balls.
Asian lady, right?
She
She
got
got balls,
balls.
right? And you see this guy wailing at her, and like, there was
No.
yeah.
Oh wait, was that the girl? There's a girl in our comment section, and she also sent us a message.
Yes,
Is
yes,
that what she was referring to?
She's referring. Yes, somebody in our comment section referred to that incident.
Virginia.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Virginia.
Yeah. She told us about it. And then I actually saw the video.
So
and
that's how it got on your radar?
it got on my radar.
Okay.
I've heard it in the grapevine. I think my parents also brought it up because they use this train station. I mean, like, my family, I use Grant Street Station to visit my parents too, and when I'm in the area.
Right.
So this is a train station that's frequented by a lot of Asians.
It's in the heart of Chinatown.
Yeah, in heart of Chinatown. So,
Yeah.
something like that would happen in the heart of Chinatown. Like, people have I don't want to say that, they have no shame. They don't give a shit. And, I think people, should protect themselves, make a stand.
Right.
I
I agree with that
it's-
wholeheartedly.
It's a long time coming, but I think people should stand up for themselves.
It's not that I condone violence, and I don't want to see somebody get hurt. But at the same time, if you keep pressing on someone, the first thing they're going to do... I remember I watched a Tupac interview back in the day, and Tupac said, we're asking you to just chill. We're asking, like, he's like, I'm outside. I see people throwing salami and all this, wasting food, and I'm asking if I could get in. And you're saying no. And then I'm knocking on the door politely. And then I'm going, yo, we hungry. Can you let us in? And then if it's still no, then you know what? I don't care. I'm busting through the doors with the guns, blasting. I'm going in there. I don't care. And for me, I hear what Pac is saying, and in this direction, there's a parallel to it where we're saying, yo, please stop.
Yeah.
Yo, we're asking you politely, like, stop fucking with us. You know what I mean? We got nothing to do with this. You're literally you're lashing out on the wrong people.
Yeah.
Right? We got nothing to do with this. We didn't create this virus, and we don't have that type of, meal plan, so to speak, right? So we're asking you politely, and it's not stopping. It's increasing to the point where the FBI even issued a warning and saying that, hey, Asian Americans are being targeted. FBI came out and said this. So that means they got the intelligence. They're looking at everything, and they're going, all right, so there's going to be targeted attacks. And as soon as people start feeling that way, they're going to come, they're going to be strapped. And you may say coronavirus, and these people are just itching, or they're just extremely angry now. And they don't care. They're just coming. They're not asking anymore. They're just going to come through with the guns blazing.
Yeah.
Like Pac said. And I don't want to see that happen.
Yeah.
I don't condone violence. I don't want someone to bring hate out of someone that's not in their nature. And, it's hard. It's hard to come back from a place of hate.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to come back to center yourself. And these type of people are kind of knocking you off center. They're not really giving you an option, because you have to protect yourself. You can't, be all kumbaya when everyone's looking at, you don't know who's looking to, attack you while you're not looking or say some crazy shit.
You're just being overly cautious now. Now you don't trust anybody.
It's not even overly cautious. It's like you have to be aware of your surroundings.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's not even being overly cautious.
Yeah.
It's like if you're not being overly cautious, right? Air quotes. For those that are listening and not watching, then you're making a huge mistake, especially if you're going into crowded areas, or you're going to certain neighborhoods, or if you're just wrong place at the wrong time. You have to, and if you're Asian right now, you have to watch your back. Your parents have to watch their back. And that's crazy saying that because we live in fucking America. United States of fucking America, land of the free.
Yeah, but
this is a melting pot.
Doesn't mean that racism doesn't exist,
and,
right?
and we're in 2020. This isn't fucking 1960, 1970, 1980.
Yeah. Some people live in that era in their mind.
That's crazy, though. I mean, these people, you would think that they could look into the past and see the racism, or there's movies like Remember the Titans, and you watch it, you're like, look at these dumb fucks.
Oh man, I love that movie, by the way. Just to segue from that, just like when one of the football players, he's in the hospital, and then his teammate who's black and he's in the hospital, he's white, and he said, "You're my brother," and I was bawling.
Oh,
in that
man.
scene, I was bawling.
That movie does two things for me. It makes me want to go out and play
football,
and it makes it
get some football drills.
It makes me want to be one of my brothers, man.
Yeah.
We grew up I see, just for the record, like I didn't grow up in an area full of Chinese people. I mean, you know where I grew up, and you know, like who I hung out with. I grew up with blacks, Italians, Jews, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans. These guys were all my best friends growing up, and it wasn't until like I hit my teenage years where I started making more Asian friends. Only because my mom put me in the summer camp in Chinatown, and it was a bunch of Asian people, and I was just like, okay, you know, I vibe with that. I'm cool. You know, people are people. But it's the world we live in, man. And I'll tell you what, I've hung out with Hispanics, Italians, and when it comes down, like on the surface, we seem so different, and it's absolutely right. We like different things. We like different foods. We have cultural tendencies.
Yeah.
Right. And that's okay. But when you peel all those layers back, we're all the fucking same.
Yeah.
We're all scared of the same things. Even if I've been friends with people that were racist towards other cultures too, like, oh, Will, you different. You're like Dominican or you're Chino Latino. I'm like, no, motherfucker, I'm Chinese, man. Like,
yeah.
Like I better chill with that shit.
Yeah.
No, you one of us. I'm like, yo, chill, man. Like, you know, but then when you get to know these people, I've seen the people that are like that, right? I mean, I grew up in the hood, right? So it was, they're more open about what they dislike, you know, it isn't as politically correct. And I'll tell you what I've learned is that at the root of it, we're all the fucking same.
Yeah,
whether
we're
we're white, but besides that, we care about our families.
Yeah.
We all want to make sure we're financially secure, right? We all just want to make sure that we're good and we have a good life, right? We take care of our own. All of us want this. We all want opportunities. We all want jobs. We all want to fall in love, or we want to be loved. It's all the same things. We all want to feel safe and protected, but we're willing to fight for it. We're all the same things. It's at the root of it. We're all the same things, man. But it's right here. It's right here on the surface that people can't get past. They're like, that motherfucker's different from me, you know, whatever the fuck it is. You know, it's just like you look at the surface and you stop. You don't really drill down to the next level.
Yeah.
And you have to. You're doing yourself a disservice because there's so much beauty from so many different cultures that you can grab and learn from, and it's fun and it's different. You know, like I'm Chinese, but I swear to God, there were moments and times where I felt Italian. There's moments and times,
food.
but because like I hung out with them so much, and Dominican, Puerto Ricans, there's times where I felt black. There was times where I felt Dominican. There's times where I felt Puerto Rican, because like I forget about their color, my color, whatever it is. It's like we're just here, and we're just hanging out. We're playing ball.
Yeah.
Right. We're playing video games. We're studying, whatever it is. You know, like there was times where my Italian friends and my black friends hung out with you know, as I started hanging out with Chinese people, they came with me to hang out. Yeah. They're like, oh, y'all want to introduce? I'll introduce you my Chinese friends, and they hung out with us. Bro, they were listening to fucking Jung Yao, you know, Jackie Chan, fucking watching Young and Dangerous.
They went to karaoke.
They went to karaoke. They ate Chinese food, like real Chinese food, real Japanese food, all
banquet
that stuff.
Style.
Yeah, and they were like, you know, they were like, yo, I feel like Chinese, like I know what it's like, and they were able, and we embraced them, man. We wasn't like, oh, you black, you white, you whatever, you Spanish. It was more like we enjoy them more because we love the cultural diversity within our group. Yeah, we wasn't like, oh, yeah, damn, whatever. Yeah, you know, we were just, yo, oh shit, you got a black dude chilling with you, you got a Spanish dude, you got a white dude. And then they started picking up Chinese, which was even crazier. We were like, wait, hold on, this motherfucker. And like everybody would come out and they'll start singing Chinese songs at karaoke. Bro, it would just twist us out, man. And I just thought those were the coolest things, man. And I feel like people this day and age, like if you're still trapped in some weird like box that you're putting yourself in, don't do that, man.
You're missing out on a lot of great things.
Even if you're a racist and you're watching this, man, like I got love for everybody, man, because at one point, like I was closed-minded about certain things too. And I'm not to the point of racism, but to the point where I'm like, I don't want to do that. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to fuck with that. You know what I mean? And then when I opened up, when I gave it a chance, I'm like, holy shit, that was actually pretty cool, man. Yeah. So whatever hate you got buried, just put that aside. Just put it on pause for a second. You could keep going on hating your life, but I'm saying put that on pause for a hot second and kind of just explore out and just give yourself an opportunity to get in a different space. and change it up a little bit, life will be so much more interesting. It will be so much more fun. And if you're a guy or a girl, you might meet the love of your life. They may not look like you, but
That's true.
But at the core,
I'm an example of that. So
at the core, you guys connect.
Yeah.
You know, you guys don't have to be the same race. You know what I mean? At the core, you guys can connect. You know, like I didn't hook up with I didn't marry a Chinese girl. You ain't with a Chinese girl that you know. So, I mean, nothing wrong with Chinese girls. I love my Chinese
Yes.
girls.
Asian women are beautiful.
But that's what I'm saying, though. It's like you never know. You just go out there and explore, man. That hate thing is just so self-limiting.
Oh, yeah.
Not only are you spreading like that bullshit to other people, you're doing yourself a disservice. And if you're young, you have even more time to change. Like, if your parents was like that, if your friends are like that, you got to rise above it, man. Just get out that box. You know, you got the internet. Go look at what it's like to be outside of that for a second. Just give yourself a different perspective. I'm not telling you to change overnight. All I'm saying is to give yourself a chance and to look at it from a different perspective. If you're always seeing things from this view, always looking up or looking across, well, maybe get a little closer. Maybe look at it from a different angle, and then you'll see a different truth. So that's my point, because I don't want, the truth is, for every one person that's hating or doing some crazy, saying some racist or coronavirus thing, I don't even know they're evil, man. Like, it seems like it, right? Right now it seems like it, but I think it's more ignorance and lack of education.
Well, let me go back to that. You're talking about people who are self-limiting because of their own, hatred or against other people. Do you think that was taught, or do you think that was more of something that was born in them?
It was taught. I'm 100% sure, because unfortunately, where I grew up at, in my circle of friends, we grew up and it was a melting pot, man. It wasn't, they had jokes on me, Ching Chong, especially growing up in the 80s. It was like Ching Chong, and it wasn't politically incorrect. It was all right.
And also a neighborhood that didn't have a lot of Asians, right? So
it didn't have any Asians. Yep. People were drawing S bombs, N bombs, C bombs, K bombs.
Yeah.
All types of words today that if you even say it, you get lashed for, right? But back then it was just, we kind of just took it in the gut, and we just kept rolling with it. And it was hard. But the truth is, those people innately never heeded. It was taught. It was a lack of education. You didn't have that many Asian friends. You didn't have that many black friends. You didn't have that many white friends. So it was like you hear stories, and then, like I said, surface shit. So you see the surface and you go, oh, that's true.
That's what's happening here with the coronavirus,
that's
right?
It.
Because what they hear, what people hear about in the news, they're seeing one perspective of it.
That's it.
They've never spoken to an Asian American about it, or
if they had one, Asian I bet you any of those, if they had any, just one Asian American friend, like a legit one, right, that they hung out with and shit like that, and really understood them, and they were like them. They were like hunting, and they like eating the same foods, and then they hung out on a normal base. They like the same sports, same baseball teams, same video games. They wouldn't be saying that shit, because they know no. They would understand, but because they don't have any association to it, it's so easy for them to draw that line and go, well, fuck all you fucking chanks, and you chingity chong bet soup eating motherfucker. And tell you the truth, for most Asians, it really doesn't impact us. We just think you stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you never had bat, you're missing out. No, I'm just kidding.
No, bro. But they did thinking you just stupid, man. But now it's just it's getting to a point where it's getting dangerous, and that's now I gotta go yo, you guys gotta chill out with that, man. It's gonna get dangerous for you too. It's gonna get dangerous for everybody involved.
Yeah. You said, if in a previous podcast, if they mess with the wrong person, shit's gonna hit the fan. I mean, we don't want people. We don't want bloodshed. We don't want people. I don't want that. We don't like that. We don't want that stuff. So.
Yeah, right now the coronavirus. We were just talking about it before the podcast, and I just want to get to my point here, though. Just because you're white, Spanish, black, and I see these videos, right, and it's coming from people from all different types of race, that's attacking these Asians, right. I want to say to all the Asian people watching and listening that for every one of those white, black, Spanish, whatever you see on those videos that does it, there's 100 more that got our back. So please understand that it's not, you see, just because somebody happens to record a few people taking sucker punches or attacking or racially discriminating an Asian, it doesn't mean that whole race is like that. That is always them. Like, we got to chill with that energy too, because then we're being just as ignorant, and we could protect ourselves. I'm with that all day, 100% self-defense, but I'm not okay with throwing hate back at an entire culture that's got nothing to do with it. Because, like, just because a stupid person that's fucking green and they attack a person that's fucking blue doesn't mean that all green motherfuckers are bad. You know what I mean? It's just like that one, you're gonna have stupid people on your team sometimes, so
that's so true.
Yeah.
Even on our team, I mean,
we got stupid people on our team too.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, like, you don't want, you just don't want to, and stupid, I mean racist. I think, stupid people are cool. I just want to make that clear. When I say stupid, I just mean racist people, man. Because even if you're racist, it's a stupid time to be racist. That's my point. It's a real stupid time because right now everybody's dying.
Yeah, everyone should be coming together.
I'll put it this way: the people that you're hating on, they're dying. Their family's dying, but also the people giving the hate. I bet someone that's been directly impacted by it as well. And they're dying. Like, this thing doesn't racially discriminate. Everybody knows that. Yeah. Right. So.
Well, I don't know about everybody.
Then you have to be stupid.
Yeah.
Then that's my point. Like, stupid people.
But then again,
racist.
But to go on that point about,
like, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
Like, let's figure this out, and then afterwards, after we get through this together, with the jobs, with surviving, we got to support one another now. We can't be beefing with one another. We're fighting an alien disease. And we're busy pointing fingers here.
We should be coming together. Like, this is our Independence Day moment, so
we're fighting it. Like, this may not be big ass aliens, but this is that microscopic shit, and we gotta come together. And I just want to finish off, like, on this whole point. I was like, just with the Asians, I know we're being attacked, but it does not give us green light to attack everyone. And I know there's gang members listening to this because we got the DMs and everything, and if or groups of Asians listening to this, I don't want you guys to green light on a whole culture. Like, it doesn't make sense, man. I mean, because you got, for example, like, Lupe Fiasco, right? Cardi B, right? The list goes on, right? I mean, these people are saying, yo, chill with that noise, man. Just, you don't, that racism is not cool. That, they're not the ones responsible. What are you doing? They're the people with more common sense. So Joe Rogan, he also said that on record. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to give that energy back. Just give it, like I said, go to war with stupid people. Look in the previous podcast. Yeah. Go to war with the stupid people, the racist people. Not someone, because you don't want to attack another racist. I mean, you know what I mean? You don't want to be racist yourself in return. You don't want to lash out on all black people, all Spanish people, all white people. Like, that doesn't make sense either. What if those people are innocent?
Yeah.
Just like you are, right? What if they're innocent? Like, what if they're like, damn, this is a shame?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is a shame, and they feel for everyone, and they're going through a tough time. Then you find a black dude or white dude walking by himself. Now you want to lash out at some black old lady or white old lady or Spanish old lady. You don't do that. You don't do that, man. You know what I mean? And yeah, I know it's hard to pick out. You got to wait for them to target, but trust me, one of them is going to get it wrong. They're going to keep playing this, game of musical chairs, and one of them's going to be left without a seat,
Yeah. I agree with you. Like, I don't understand the type of negative energy that's being used up, because that's not helpful. I mean, during this time, we should be coming together, you know?
You know what it is too, though? And there's one part I left out. Some people just wait to create animosity. You know what I mean? They feel like they could be bullies. Like, some people just like that. Some people, there's just bullies out there. Mm-hmm. They want to be bullies. They want to put their chest out.
Yeah.
And they feel like this is a good time to do it. They're going to have some allies. They want to, some people just don't have purpose. And those are ones going to be right now. I'm going to trigger those. I'm going to trigger those people with no purpose right now, because they're going to.
Write in the comments.
They're right in the comments, man. I'm going to trigger them.
Go ahead, brother.
I'm gonna trigger them.
Go ahead, buddy.
I'm gonna trigger them. They're gonna put that shit on 4chan, trying to get their groups up. You know, like they did with the other one. They try to get like, yo, get these motherfuckers downvotes. Yo, it's
Every
people,
downvote we get
but no,
3
hold on.
upvotes.
But hold up, those people have no purpose. I'm gonna call it like I see it, and
Mm.
I'm not afraid to. But I've always been like that my whole life, and I'm telling you, these people got no purpose, and the only thing that's they have no skill set. They do, but they're too lazy to reach for it. So what they do is what's easy, and it's easy to hate. These are low hanging fruits for them.
So they're projecting their own insecurities onto.
They have
to
all
others.
this negative energy, and
Onto
it's
people.
bottled up, and they don't know what to do with it. So when they see something like this, well, you know, China virus. Ooh, I'm gonna get these motherfuckers. Doesn't matter if you're not even Chinese. Fuck it. If you look that way, I'm gonna get you. You know, you're attacking Koreans, Japanese. Well, then they didn't get anything to do with it. You might as well attack Germans, Italians, Iranians. Like, what the fuck you doing?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, your math, your logic is flawed. So that proves it. You know, is a lot of it. I think just people just got no purpose. They're at home. You know, they don't got no girl.
They're bored.
That's what I'm saying.
They have a keyboard. They have internet access. This is what they're gonna do.
That's what they're gonna do, man. And I'm telling you. And that's why I had my earlier segment where we were just talking about when we started this podcast. Yo, that's not the move, man. Because even if you win, you lose.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you win, you lose. You're gonna add more hate in your life. And I'm telling you, hate just eats up your soul.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you the truth. Like, go at another angle, man. Go move at another angle of understanding, love, and move that way. Your life will be better. You'll start the healing process for yourself. Staying in the level of hate is a real low level of thinking. It's the lowest level you could put your mood in. It's the lowest level you could put yourself financially up here. It's the lowest level that you could put yourself in any way, shape, or form. Because I've been there.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with, you know, my upbringing.
That mentality. Yeah.
It was very
that was
hard.
limiting for you.
It was very hard.
Yep.
There was a lot of violence in my upbringing, you know, surrounded by violence. I watched people get shot, killed. You know, my family members were all, you know, so it was like, you know, people I just knew, and it was all negative. And it wasn't until I left that world.
Physically and mentally.
I checked out, man.
Yeah, checked out.
And my life started improving because it's your environment. You know what I mean? If all you see is negative and dark shit all the fucking time, of course you can inherit that. That's what I mean.
Yep.
You're not born like that. You're not born a dickhead. You're not born a racist. You're not born ugly. You know what I mean? Like that spiritually, you're not born ugly. But if everyone's around you, always beating on you, bullying you, you know, giving you no purpose, not giving you a sense of direction, always beating you, fucking down your parents, fucking with your head. You know what I mean? Of course you're going to be angry, man. And then you never learn, you're never taught to think. You're never taught how to move your way, like, spiritually. You know what I mean? So you're going to do the easy shit. You know what I mean? And I'm telling these people, like, if there's time to fix that, man. Like, there's way. I mean, I fixed myself. I didn't have someone hold me by the hand and go, yo, Will, that's not the way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I had to want it. I had to go, yo, there's got to be something better than this, man. I'm going to find it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a long journey. So I started, instead of making friends that were negative and just the type of people I just no longer wanted to be like, I started making new friends and friends that I would never like, the nerds, the corny people, I mean, you saw the type of friends I was making. It was very different, you know, but that's because I wanted a different vantage point. I'm not just saying things and not doing it. It's because I'm saying things because I actually did it. Mm-hmm. I have friends that are all different types. Short, small, fat, skinny, jocks to nerds, like all over the place. And I love it. I love spending time with all of them. I love kicking it and just grabbing coffee with them and just listening to them talk. You know, us just kicking it, kind of just picking each other's brains and helping each other out. And like I said, at the root of it, we're all pretty much the same.
Mm-hmm.
Surface, we got different interests and we look different. And I get it. But at the bottom, like the heart, you know, for the most part, those people that I connect with, we're the same. That's what we all have in common is right here. You know what I mean? We got to rise above, guys. It's 2020, man. Seriously. Like, I know this, I'm not going to convince everyone. But the ones that I can touch and reach, man, I hope it helps you. Even if you're a racist or you think this is, you know, fuck all Asians, whatever. I hope it helps you. You know what I mean? I really do hope you have another option in your life except for one option, and that's to circle hate, you know?
Yeah, I mean, as much as we, give a credence to and speak about racism, we also have to acknowledge the people who are doing so much good right now. We're talking about the frontliners who are the doctors, the nurses, everyone who's doing all these
Shout out
great
to
things.
our boy Dr. David Lee, who was
Dr.
on our
David Lee. He was on our podcast a month ago.
You said he told you he lost a patient.
Yeah, actually, he told me that he lost a second patient. So it's been really hard on him. Just dealing with that and his family. He lives with his family too, so he's very cautious.
He's a father. He has a brand new child, and he's out there in the front lines. And by the way, he's Asian.
Yeah,
he's got nothing to do with it.
He's helping people.
He's an American.
He's helping everybody. He's not just helping Asians. He's helping everybody in the front lines and veterans. He's working. He's working with soldiers. So,
actually, specifically, he works in a veterans hospital.
Yeah, and
every single patient that he helps is a fucking veteran. So
fought for this country.
Fought for this fucking country, man. This beautiful country that we're in. Ah, man, it's tough, man. And what's killing me right now is that it's like it's hitting home.
Yeah, it's very close.
You know someone that lost their job. I know several people that lost their jobs.
Yeah,
and now I'm hearing like people are dying that we know.
Yeah. It's getting
people
close.
That we know have loved ones that have died. Like this is getting really serious, and it hasn't even reached its apex yet.
Yeah,
and that's like it's so crazy. And there's some people still going, "This is bullshit. This is fake."
Yeah, you see people just hanging out, chilling, not thinking about the ramifications of what they're doing. I strongly hope people take heed. People
can I just tell all those spring breakers? Fuck your spring break.
There's one time.
That's all I gotta say.
There's a moment that. where
fuck your spring break.
You can chill and hang, but this is not one of those moments, man.
If it's gonna cost people lives, fuck your spring break, man. Like, come on, man.
I can't believe that.
Like I said, stupid people during this time, man. We gotta go to war with them.
Yeah, but even in New York, we see people hanging out. Going to the parks, hanging out on the West Side Highway. Not keeping distance.
No. That I get. Look, if you need to go out,
I get it.
You got cabin fever. You want to go for a jog.
I get it, but stay away from people. That, man. Just stay away from people.
But like getting in clusterfucks.
Yeah. And partying, that's
or staying out for crazy long, like being in denial, like no, it's all good.
But you know what? I think the media kind of screwed the perception of it. They kept saying that this doesn't affect young people. Motherfucker, it probably not. It probably doesn't affect young people as much as older people and people with underlying issues, but it still affects people. You hear stories of healthy individuals, young kids, still being infected. I think this past week, two young kids died. Right, so it affects everyone.
It's hard to change that narrative once the painting's been set. Yeah, and that's what I mean. A lot of people go on the surface like they're. A lot of people aren't really flexible mentally, right? And it's hard. Like we just want to take in that first information and then go by that. It's the way we've been trained, right? The education system, right? It's the way humans, whatever it is. But most people don't have that capacity where they want to change the way they think, and when they've been provided some type of information, they feel like it's gospel right away. And they limit themselves with the information. And the truth is, maybe when this was in China, maybe when this haven't hit U.S. On a scale that it has right now, especially in New York City and California, we thought that this is an old people disease. This is a boomer disease. Yeah. And now that it hit in these primary cities on both coasts, we're starting to find out. Wait, time out. Why is this motherfucker a teenager? Why is this motherfucker 30 years old? Why is this motherfucker in his 20s dying? This impacts me now?
Yeah.
Wait, my mom, my best friend, like what's going on? So we have to take this seriously. We have to give this the respect that it deserves because bodies are dropping.
Yeah.
And we got to do our part in limiting it.
That's the thing about, a pandemic, Initially, it was a Chinese disease, okay, and then it became a European disease, and then now it's in the United States. I think we definitely dropped the ball in terms of addressing it because we weren't told that this is something that can affect us until it was too late.
Right. But guys, look at the proof out there. I mean, you saw the way it was hitting China, and they contained them crazy late. I mean, a lot of people was able to leave before the quarantine, right? And if this was going on for weeks, months before they actually were able to do that, just think about all the tourism during that time, during the holidays.
Yeah.
Right? And we talked about this like months ago.
Yeah.
And I sounded crazy, but I was telling people, I said, I mean, even
The way
on the
it spread-
podcast, even publicly, I was saying it.
The way it spread, it was
They're human just like
Yeah.
us. It doesn't matter what country you're in, man. They're humans just like us. The way this thing is not discriminating that you're Chinese, you're whatever you are. It's going to hit the United States. I was telling my family that. I was telling my friends that. Like, we need to prepare. We need to do what we can. And now everyone's saying, oh, hindsight's 2020. But now everyone's saying, oh, we should have jumped on this in January. And they're right. And I agree. But I was already telling you in December, like, this is going to be a problem for our economy.
Yeah.
This is going to be a problem for, like, just common sense. We're humans.
You know what? I thought the government was prepared for something like this because there's so many.
That's what a lot of people thought. Oh, we're the U.S.
Well, not just the U.S. because
there have shortages.
There are studies about pandemics that have been going on for years. If you want to talk about the 1918 Spanish flu, well, number one, it didn't come from Spain, but it's the 1918 flu pandemic that was spread because of World War I, where soldiers were like moving about, and it came in waves. So the first wave was in Europe, the second wave was in the United States. So the thing is, like, this has happened before, and we weren't. And there was always talks about making sure that we would be able to be prepared for a global pandemic, but we weren't. And that's the sad thing about it, because there's so many studies about these diseases that can wipe out like the human race. And that's the thing. Like I think like we definitely dropped the ball. There were studies, even Bill Gates, he talked about it 4 years ago at the TED Talk, and he did a recent interview, and he said that no one listened to me. No one listened to him.
I told you so, bitches.
Yeah, he's like, I told you so. And we definitely, oh man, it just seems like there's so much research and so much global collaboration on pandemics that we shouldn't have dropped the ball. We should have been ready.
But here's the thing, though, is the leaders. It comes down to who our leaders are.
Yeah.
Because people listen to leaders. Okay? So if you're not a well-known leader, if you're a follower, you're just a nobody, right? If people don't know who you are, and you're saying something like this, it doesn't matter. And Bill Gates is one of our leaders, and even his scope and his words had limited reach. And that's what's scary.
Yeah.
Because he is and he's a well-known, one of the most brilliant minds of our generation, right? And when he puts this at the forefront, he makes a presentation about this. He tells you what his biggest fears are, and it goes in one ear and out the other. Then who do we go to then for this advice? Who do we listen to? Where do we go? Like, do we just go, we brush it aside and go, we'll deal with it when it comes?
I think it's not a single entity. It's a collaboration between governments. It's a collaboration between business owners.
Look, if I'm a leader of a country, if I'm a leader of a company, and someone smarter than me speaks up about a subject matter that's going to impact my business, my economy, my people, I'm listening to him very, very seriously. His proposal, everything was backed by facts. Everything has a historical content to it, and it had a lot of science behind it. There's no reason why I would not want to take it seriously if I want to protect my people, my economy. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't. And I'll tell you this. I just found this out recently, that there was a global forum between business owners, government officials. It's called Event 201. And basically, it's a simulation between business owners, global leaders on pandemics. on how to address them if that's something that like that happened. The weird thing is, this was done a few months before the coronavirus happened.
Right.
And the thing is, it blows my mind that they were addressing this. They had all the global leaders together in one room doing a war games type simulation. And
Event 201.
Event
Yeah,
201.
you said that to me this morning before the podcast.
And it just blows my mind that they had something like this just to make like, okay.
They had a fire drill.
Yeah, a fire drill. And
we still couldn't get out the building right.
it wasn't, oh my God, I can't believe that it happened.
I don't know. So I just hope right now that we're able to get this under control, get our economy back to where it needs to be, protect as many of our citizens and people around the world. And I just want to pray and give love to everybody that's going through this. I know even if you don't have it, I know you could be dealing with a lot of anxiety. There's a group of folks out there like that.
Yeah.
I'll pray for y'all too. And the people that actually have it or have lost someone or are fighting through this, I know it's hell, man. I mean, I've been there, so it's just
Our hearts go out to
our hearts go
everyone.
out to you guys, and let's stay together. Let's stay together. I know we're angry, we're upset, but we're all angry. We're all upset, man, for a multitude of reasons that are connected to this virus. But we need to stick together right now, and now more than ever.
Yeah, I think also a lot of times we feel helpless that we can't do anything. But you know, if you do feel helpless, go out and do something. For good. I know for a fact, like our organizations that we know, they're doing a lot of fundraising. We're putting money together to purchase PPEs for hospitals and medical staff that are in need.
Right.
So if you think you feel helpless, join, like, go out there and help out any way you can.
There's little things you can do.
Little things.
And this was part of like our previous podcast that we were talking to the Fung brothers. Like, not all of us can be kings, make these like humongous impacts. But if we all play our roles, everyone has a certain role they can play. And if you know your role, then that makes a big difference. If all of us just knows our role and just look at places where we can make an impact, whether it's donating to certain areas or whatever your superpower is, just know your superpower and then just go in that direction. And I could not agree with them more when they said that. I mean, they were saying that in the context of Asians in media, but if you, that saying, or
applies to the situation.
Applies to almost every situation that involves like a team effort where people play a host of roles.
Exactly.
So that being said, I want to move on. But before that, since we don't, we're not big and we don't have commercial breaks, but I need to take a break because I need to go use the bathroom. So I will take a gentleman's break.
And also replenish his drink.
I need to replenish my drink because
my drink as well.
We're actually in my house having this podcast. So,
I need more coffee.
Yeah, this is the first podcast from my house.
We'll be right
because
back.
everything is closed down. But yeah. All right. Be right back.
So yeah, it's been such a adjustment for me, working from home. I've never really worked from home before, never as a more consistent thing.
Right.
I've done it like once or twice before, and it's really a hard adjustment for me. It's challenging.
So it's harder for you to get, so your productivity is down.
I don't know about productivity is down. It's just for me, it's like hard to get into that mindset. You're in work mode because there's so many distractions at home. Like I have my aquarium that's like constantly running in the background. I have like two steps. I'm in my living room and I have my big screen TV and I have Netflix, kind of chilling in the background. Like it just keeps me, and also working by myself. Like me and Gabby, we work in different rooms.
Right.
Like I can't work right next to her and she can't work right next to me. So we set up my bedroom as her office and the kitchen as my office.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. So that's why you said a couple of steps away is your living room.
Yeah.
That's tough, man.
Yeah.
And your chairs are not comfortable.
Oh yeah. They're like kitchen table chairs.
You got the China chairs, man.
Yeah.
You got that old school
hardcore. They don't have cushion on it.
Everything in your fucking house is hard. Your chairs are fucking hard. Your bed is like sleeping on the floor. On a scale 1 to 10, your bed is a fucking 10 in hardness. I remember I went to your room and then I was like, I jumped in the air. I was gonna jump in your bed and I hurt myself because your bed was so damn hard. It was like landing on concrete.
It's like hardwood floors.
It
like
really
sleeping on
is. I
hardwood
was like, what
floors.
the fuck is this? I thought you put a. It's like you have a mattress made of bricks and then you put a sheet over it.
Yeah, I think when I was growing up, it was always that type of bed that I would be sleeping on.
Right.
And then when I realized, like, I think it's just for me to readjust. You know, when I had that little cushion that goes on top of your bed, your mattress, it felt like heaven.
Dude,
So-
how do you have sex on a bed like that? It's hard. Like,
No,
what I
actually, I
mean?
like that, like
Really?
resistance. The cushion, like,
But
it makes me sink.
How about when
in,
you're
so
really
it's
going
weird.
at it? Like, don't you want it to kind of have some I
buoyancy?
I hear
What?
this is
I don't know.
this is what I hear, right? Because when I went bed shopping, they said the worse the mattress, which is the softer and bouncier,
Mm-hmm.
the better it is for sex. The harder the mattress, the better the mattress, the more I guess worse it is for sex.
Interesting.
That's what I hear.
Wow. So waterbed would be great for sex.
No, because that's too much. That's like no. I
But
think
that's
I think it'll be
it's
terrible.
like waves. You know what I'm saying?
I think it'll be terrible. You need what I mean is like you need some type of buoyancy and,
Right.
and pushback,
Got it.
like
All right.
springy.
Yeah.
You know, whereas a hard bed is just kind of like it's just hard. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's just kind of.
But that's rough for sex, right?
I guess
That's-
it
that's
depends
rough.
on. You can still have rough sex, right? I guess it depends on the position.
Yeah. I think I don't know. I think I prefer the hard bed for sex and the softer bed for sleeping and relaxation.
Well, for me, it's the opposite.
Opposite. Okay.
I would prefer a more firm mattress.
Yeah.
It's good because I'm tall, and
Uh-huh.
soft bed will just destroy my back.
Mm-hmm.
And I like a bed that has more give.
Mm-hmm.
So we could kind of get in a rhythm.
Yeah.
And it's kind of
No, I've definitely felt my sleep has gotten better with the soft layer for the
like
mattress.
a pillow top.
Yeah. So I think my sleep has been I've been missing out on that a good sleep because of that. Because my mattress was so hard.
Yeah,
like
but
you
it's
said.
too. Yeah, your mattress is like on a scale
Yeah.
1 to 10, it's a 10. Like when I say firm, I like it. The sweet spot is like a 7.
It's made of
8.
bamboo.
Yeah, so if you put a pillow top would be super appropriate for your type of. Bro, what did when Gabby first, or when you used to bring girls over, or whatever, like were they like, whoa, what the fuck is this? Like,
Nobody ever said anything except Gabby. I think it's because she's been on the bed longer, and then she kind of felt like, how come my back's fucked up? So why is my back fucked up? It's
That's
like,
what I'm
it's
saying.
your freaking mattress. While like before I met Gabby, and girls stayed over. They stayed maybe once or twice a week. Nothing long term, so
they're
it didn't really
just-
affect them.
They were
right?
just being nice. You're still in
They didn't say,
honeymoon
yeah,
stage.
they didn't say anything to me. So, and for me, it didn't bother me that I had a hard bed because
You got used to it. Right? They were
I got
just-
used to it, and then it wasn't like, I didn't equate my, I guess, uncomfortableness to a mattress, right? It's more like, maybe I'm sleeping late, something like that, right? So
You're blaming it on other
Yeah.
contributing factors.
yeah, other factors. So I didn't know it was my mattress, but then when you explained, like you took some time to look at the type of mattress that would help you, and you said that you had better sleep, right?
The quality of sleep went up dramatically, and I wasn't in pain. Here's the deal: if you don't like mattress, I really agree. Like you can't cheap out on it. Like you need a good fucking mattress, because it's you spend so much time on it, right? Let's just say you average 8 hours a day. I mean that's enough time to make me go, okay, I'm gonna ante up and spend on a nice quality setup to go to sleep in. And then, I mean, that's going to last you for a few years, and it'll be worth it. And when you wake up, let's say you're on a shitty mattress and you're waking up in pain. I mean, you're just starting off your day all wrong. You're in pain and it's already sucking your energy, and that'll impact, it's just like a domino effect. It'll impact everything else. Now you're always tired, you're always grumpy. You're not at 100%. Like, and that, I hate that when I'm, and you know me very well, like I do not like operating at anything less than 100%. I hate that. Like if I'm going to the gym and I'm not 100%, I hate that. And what I mean is like 100% is like everything within my control. I understand if I'm sore or if I'm injured and I'm going to the gym to just kind of get through it, only because I'm not being giving myself excuses. but it was all within my control. Like it was just I'm sore from the previous day or whatnot, or but if it's something because of like my mattress is draining me, then come on, man. And because I was too cheap.
But how did you find out that it was like the mattress that was?
When I got older, because I was an idiot as a kid. You know what I mean? I didn't know. I thought like, oh, it's a ripoff. You know, I was one of those.
Me too.
And then when I got smart about it, like I said, there's a thing called the internet. And you can do research and then you can listen to what other people. When I stopped being a knucklehead and I started opening up my ears and listening to people and being open minded, I was like, holy shit, this person has the same problem I did. He switched his mattress. Let me see if that makes a difference in my life. And boy, did it ever. Oh, this person, maybe I should stop going to sleep like really late and then waking up really early expecting to be extremely functional. And then look at that. I'm happier. I'm way more efficient. I'm faster. I'm focused. And it impacts everything. My relationship with people, when I give them more attention when I talk to them. I'm in a better mood. So when I see them, I don't give off this like, get the fuck away from me vibe.
Yeah.
You know, it's more like, yo, what's up? You know, like, yeah, let's talk about it. Let me hear what you have to say. And I'm really interested in what they got to say because sometimes I do get a lot of value from it. I learn something.
Damn, all that from a mattress, not from a pill?
All that. Pillows matter too.
Oh no, a pill, like some kind of like drug to get that feeling.
Pill.
Yeah,
I thought you said pillow.
Pill, yeah.
Pill. I don't know, man. I do my, even when I'm sick, I'm one of those like that try to avoid it or minimize my medications only because I don't like being dependent on anyone, let alone anything.
Mm-hmm.
I hate being dependent on people, so I don't want to get dependent on something. I'm bad enough with. It took me so long to get out of, and the reason I hate it so much is because I had so many vices growing up. Right? I did all the bad things and I just developed all these vices where I just kind of became like a slave to it, and it was a crutch. So, once I broke those chains, I was like, yo, I'm never going back to that, man. I'm never going to allow myself to be a slave for like, stupid shit.
Yeah. Like material things or anything like that
material things
have no really real attachment. Yeah.
Alcohol, like as long as I'm doing anything, I need to know that I can control the craving, right? Like whether it's sugar, food, anything, like I need to be able to go, yeah, I could say no to that. I don't need that every fucking day. Once in a while to scratch that itch, okay, but I don't need to do it every day. Like I must have it, or I'm gonna get the shakies, or I just won't be normal.
Yeah.
Like I need to. What's important to me is that I'm able to find my center without having all of this outside interference that I need to depend on. That's not natural.
To go throughout your day.
Like if someone cut it off, then I just won't be original anymore. Like I'll lose a humongous piece of myself, right? I can't give anything or anyone that power. I try to limit it to the best that I can possibly control.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like coffee. The thing is, like, for me to start my day, like, just working from home. Magic.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have a podcast at the crib. The kids come out.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
Hey. Yeah, so, I mean, like, I can't start my day without coffee. I think that's a drug for me right now.
Caffeine, yeah.
And right now, like, the hardest thing about working from home also is to get into a specific like schedule routine, yeah. So what me and Gabby started doing is to start, once we wake up, we work out, and then we also do yoga and meditate for like 20-30 minutes.
I've been trying to get into a routine. I think that's I have 2 dogs, I have 2 kids, and I think it's for dogs and kids, I think it's important to have routine. For me, I'm not a type that like routine, man.
Oh, really?
I hate it.
So it's okay, like if things don't go according to plan, like if your schedule is like
I
off.
love when things go according to plan.
Right. Okay.
I hate it when it doesn't go according to plan, but I'm able to adjust.
Okay.
But the thing is, I don't want to do a routine every fucking day. Like I know a lot of people find comfort in routine, and I've lived that life. It's fucking boring, and I hate boring. Right? I just don't like feeling like I'm ever in cruise control. I like thinking, I like adjusting, I like problem solving, I like those things. And when I'm in a routine, I just don't feel that I'm contributing to any of those factors that I'm interested in. I do like routine to get things done where I don't like. For example, if I hated working out, I would need to do it at a certain time every day. Whereas if I loved it, it don't matter.
Do
Morning,
any date,
anytime.
date, evening, middle of the day,
Right.
any time.
So for things that I don't like, yeah, I need a fucking routine because it's things that I don't like. I just need to, like, I guess, teach myself that that's just the way it is, and I need to get this done at this time and this time, because if I don't have a routine, I'll just continuously procrastinate and blow it off to the point where I don't
Very
get
true.
anything done.
Yeah.
But if it's something that I love, I'll do it. I'll do it like from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep. You know, and I guess that's the dangerous part, because if I love something, boy, like I don't even go to sleep, man. I stay up and I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
I just go around the clock, and then like when I jump out of bed, like maybe I go to sleep because my body needs it. But after a couple of hours, it's more like a nap.
Mm-hmm.
And I just pop right back up and I'm like, let's go. And I won't even feel tired. It's what we were talking about in the previous podcast, where it's just free energy, man. So that's what if I find that I'm always in a routine, then I'm figuring out, like, you know what, then that means that I'm probably not living my best life. Personally.
Interesting.
That's
Okay.
just me.
Yeah.
Right. I'm being dictated by factors that I need to do to survive.
Mhm.
I'm in survival mode.
Yeah.
But when I'm not in a routine, that means I'm thriving. I'm doing things, doesn't matter that it's AM, PM. It doesn't matter left, right, where, when. Bro, I'm looking for any excuse to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I just need to get it in. So I try to live my life that way, man. I really try to stay away from routine and just stay positive and stay in love with the things that I do. Like, everything that I do is because I decided that I want it there.
That's beautiful. No, I agree with you totally about routine.
But that's
to
not
get
always the
things done.
case.
Yeah, yeah. No, I totally agree that routine helps get things done. Like for me, I totally agree with that, because like I wouldn't be able to, like, get my exercise done if it wasn't routine. Like I have to do it early in the morning, because at least I get it out of the way. I get my heart rate up. I know that, okay, this is energizing me. I'm pumping blood in my system. But then I also know that I have to do a workout at the end of the day, because
So you get it daytime and night?
once I wake up, and then the yoga, and then after I'm finished with work
That's dope.
at home,
man.
I have to do another, exercise routine, because right now I'm not using weights. I use body weight. I don't have a lot of equipment at home,
Yeah.
small space. So I have to make sure that, I still keep it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I noticed is that when I stopped lifting weights because of all this, I'm getting a lot of speed back,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy. Like, I'm finding that, like, young speed again. Like, my hands are quicker. My feet's a little quicker. I'm a little lighter.
How do you find that space to, I guess work that out, and
Well, I go right downstairs.
Oh, okay.
As you can
Around the space. Yeah.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm right along here, so it's nice, clean air.
Yeah.
I do my jogging. I play with my kids. I do my sprints. And sometimes, at this time, there's not too many people out, so
Yep.
I'm able to get a lot of sun and just when it's nice out and get my workout in. And it's just really a lot of cardio and my body movement and that's it, man. Like, I don't, and you know what? I don't go for the home run anymore. I'm too old for that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not looking for that home run workout. Like, back in the day, it would just be like, yo, bro, how much you lift? Yo, it was like a lot of bro science. But now I'm more relaxed about it. Now I'm more about just getting the heart rate up, just keeping myself moving.
But isn't that I heard this from a different podcast, actually. When MMA fighters are training, some do train hardcore, and they kind of like they kill themselves, they kill their bodies, and they can't train for longevity.
Right.
But when you're in fight mode, you want that, lung capacity, you want that longevity.
Right.
So some people, some fighters, they don't train hardcore. They
Right.
just train enough, and then the next day they train just enough, and then it's more of like, okay, I can train every day now instead of I could train 3 times a week.
Right. I think everybody has to find what works for them.
Yeah.
And it also depends on what you're training for. Like, what, if I'm trying to train for a marathon, I'm gonna be training differently than if I have a basketball tournament,
Right. Yeah.
right? Or if I'm fighting somebody, I'm gonna have, you know, in a weird parallel universe that I'm a UFC fighter or a boxer. I would definitely train differently than I would for, you know, a basketball tournament. You know, it's just a completely well, actually, the fighting is the hardest training. I think you have to like Bruce Lee once said, if you're fighting somebody, you got to train everything, every muscle group for every situation, especially if it's MMA.
Right.
Right.
You attack with any part of your body, like Conor McGregor. Like he's able to use any appendage, his pinky, his shoulder, his everything.
Right. I would say more like, yeah, Conor for sure.
I've
John
never-
Jones.
I haven't seen anyone fight like
Khabib.
Conor in terms of using any body part to strike. I haven't seen
His
anyone.
shoulders and stuff like that. But yeah, but you know, you gotta play your strengths, right?
Definitely.
And I think Conor, what he did in his last fight was very interesting.
Oh yeah, that was
The shoulder
insane.
strikes.
Yeah,
that
shoulder
was
strikes.
that's so interesting, and I've never seen anything like that. It to the point where a lot of people said that it was a setup. There was a lot of arguments saying that you know, conspiracy theories saying like, oh yeah, Cowboy took a dive.
No,
You know, yeah, I don't think so
I
either.
don't think so.
I'm not part of that camp. Like he really fucked them with those shoulders.
I think Conor definitely trained. He definitely, he said himself, he was more focused in his training
Oh, yeah,
for this
I
fight.
saw the training
Yeah.
video. I mean, he looked great, man. He looked
Yeah.
he looked excellent, man. But I do want to see like, I do want to see him back in the ring, man. Like against someone that maybe not as easy, you know, because. And I'm not saying Cowboy was easy, but
You think Cabo was past his prime at that point?
it sure looked like it, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Didn't it look like it?
Yeah.
It wasn't like watching Joanna versus
Wei Li Jiang.
Wei Li Jiang, right? It wasn't.
Yo, that fight, that was an amazing
I
fight.
almost shed a tear watching
yeah?
that fight, man.
It's like, yo, represent.
No. It wasn't
like that?
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that at all. Because they both gave it their all.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, definitely.
they both gave it their all. Like, there was parts where I'm like, oh my gosh, look at like her forehead went.
Oh yeah.
She got lumped up, but she's still in there. She was dizzy and all that, but she's still staying. You gotta respect her for that. Like, you have to respect someone that got a lump like that in their head,
Still going.
but they're still thinking about winning and
Yeah.
still want to stay in the fight and still giving a good fight.
Yeah.
You gotta give Joanna her props, yo.
Yeah.
Like, and like I'm not going like I'm a fight fan first, and she may be Chinese, you know, and all that, and I'm Chinese and cool, and I love to see that representation, the Asian representation, no matter where it comes from. I'm with it, man, but at the same time, I'm a fight fan first. You know, just like I'm a basketball fan first. Like I love Jeremy Lin and what he did, you know, while he was in the Knicks, because I'm a New York Knicks fan first. You know what I mean? And it's tough being a Knicks fan, but what Jeremy Lin did, if he was Jeremy Lamb, or you know Jeremy, you know, whatever Rodriguez,
Yeah.
it didn't matter to me, man. Yeah, I would have still rooted just as hard. But the fact that he was Asian, you know, and I saw so many more Asians getting involved in the sport, it made it a little more exciting. That okay, I look around and you know, there's more diversity in here now. You know, like I think that's what's key is it's influenced a generation of people that's more mixed into the game, and that's what I appreciate about it. It's not for me going, oh yeah, pride, Chinese pride. It's not that. I love if it was like a Mexican UFC fighter, I'd get excited about that too, because like I just love seeing the diversity that comes in it, especially when we go out and watch the fights.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's just fun seeing a mixed crowd. Like I said, I love different backgrounds. And look, Conor McGregor, when he first came on the scene, nobody seen an Irish guy do what he did.
Yeah.
And look at what he was able to contribute. He was able to bring the game to a whole nother level, right? And like no one ever heard of an Irish guy speak the way he did, have that type of energy, that type of swagger, and back up everything he did that time. That was incredible. Nobody saw it. And dress as well he did. He was charismatic. He was just an excellent shit talker. He was just
Yo, he was good at shit talking,
but
especially during press conferences.
At the same time, he followed like the art of fighting. You know, like he knew how to do it. He didn't buy into the celebrity. He kept, you know, he was loyal to his group. Just that story was fucking amazing to follow, man. Like
Yeah.
it was just incredible. That shit was so inspiring. As soon as I see something like that, I was like, yo, motivated me, get up off my ass and do a couple of more reps. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like that was super inspiring. And it came from an Irish dude. That's why I'm saying I'm open to everyone, and I'm glad that he was Irish. I'm glad it was an Irish champion that from Ireland,
Mhm.
because that story, when you dig past the Irish surface and you go to the root, that's my story too. I had it just as hard growing up. You know what I mean? There's so many parallels. I could, just the human nature of the struggle, coming up against the odds,
Mhm.
wrestling against like mental negativity, your parents, your surroundings, the uncertainty of life, following a dream that almost seems impossible, visualizing, and people saying you're crazy for it. When you're visualizing a dream that again, you're in a fucking 500 square foot apartment,
Mhm.
and just visualizing something that seems impossible. You know, you're in a hoopty car and you're just visualizing yourself in this like Bentley and all this amazing like materialistic stuff. But at the end of the day, he made it come true. So it's inspiring because he was able to get everything that he wanted. He became a champion. He became known. He was able to take care of his family. He was able to generate wealth and bring businesses. So yeah, I just find that those qualities extremely admirable. And that's where I relate to. And that's what I mean. Like just go on beyond the surface of just looking at someone and just go, oh, he's yellow, green, blue, black, white, and dismissing that. You're doing yourself a disservice. I can't imagine how many people that were inspired by him. Muhammad Ali, Bruce Lee, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, right? Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, Babe Ruth. I mean, the list goes on. And not just people from their own race and culture, but people from across the board. Everyone that I just named, they looked at it from a human experience. They went beyond than this person's black, white, yellow, green. It went beyond. It was at the surface, like the struggle, the climb. They watched their growth. And that's what I'm interested in. I love to get to know people at the root of it and just find out what we have in common and where can we dig from each other.
Yeah, it's definitely the human experience. He definitely inspired people from all spectrums of life and borders. You know, just like when you talk about Muhammad Ali and you talk about Bruce Lee, they inspire people. You know, Bruce Lee inspired rappers. You know,
Yeah,
it's people totally different from fighting or, you know, he inspired people who wanted to be better than themselves, but you know, greatness. You know, to achieve greatness,
right.
And I think that's true with Conor. It's like, you know, you want to achieve greatness, you can look at him for inspiration.
Right. I look at him. I mean, growing up, I looked at Tupac. I look at Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's crazy. A lot of people, Michael Jackson, but bro, at that time, come on, man. Like Michael Jackson, we never seen anyone dance like that, sing like that. He was just dope. I mean, people ain't up on it, but Michael Jackson, he was incredible, man. When they were like, oh, his new music video is coming out, everybody was sitting in front of their TVs.
Yeah.
Everybody. Michael Jackson was the shit. And you would not be disappointed. You'd be like, oh, the music video is dropping tonight on Fox at 8 p.m. Bro, everybody was ready at 8 p.m. We're gonna, you know, my whole family, we just sitting and my parents, everything. Like, you know, there's a black musician. My parents didn't look at it like, oh, it's a black guy. It's like this guy at the surface, you know, just a black guy, but deep down, we're like, yo, this guy is talented. He's amazing. He transcends all that. So we sit down in the TV, right, and we watch them go black and white. That song. And,
okay. Yeah, that was it was like a whole, you know, national TV event, right?
Yeah, you know, and it was, the message was beautiful, the dance moves, the violence, and him hitting the car. It's just for the time that it was in, it was just amazing. The message and the power that Michael Jackson had for those 5 minutes, it was probably under 5 minutes, and it was just incredible. I just remember as a little boy watching that with my family and just being super inspired. Not that I wanted to become a dancer or a musician, but just the impact that he had and the message that he was giving out. Like, I wanted to somehow be on that level. You know what I mean? Like, to go, yo, that's possible for me. Even though I'm a Chinese guy. I mean, I didn't have any Chinese heroes growing up. Yeah. Not in comic books, but I still looked up to Superman, a white man, right? I still looked up to Michael Jackson, a black man. You know, Tupac, you know, those were like my heroes growing up. And then I hated MJ because he was like killing
The Knicks
killing
killer.
the Knicks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I love John Starks,
Yeah.
Patrick Ewing. I mean, those were my boys. But I got mad respect for MJ. Don't get it twisted. Like after the fact, when he retired,
Mm.
I could really appreciate his game. But while he's torching my team, I couldn't. But you know, these were all my heroes. I mean, I had David Robinson, Gary Payton posters up in my living room. I had all these black heroes. I had all these white heroes. And Bruce Lee was probably the only Asian hero that was available to me as a child,
Yeah.
right? And I'm glad these days we're able to see, you know, folks have this diversity of heroes. You could pick an Irish hero now. You could pick a hero that's from Kazakhstan if you love wrestling. You know,
Yeah.
Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Oh, he's
You could
famous
pick-
around the world.
Yeah,
You know?
right? And I love that. And you could, I mean, the one he put it up, he put where he's from on a map. John Jones, you know, another incredible guy. You know, he picked up fighting from YouTube. I mean, he was gifted talent. I mean, he just has incredible physical attributes, but he was able to refine them just through YouTube videos, and then from there,
Yeah.
he's able to meet people that help, you know, sharpen his tool.
That's we touched on Khabib. So, what do you think about this Khabib Ferguson fight that's happening? And you know, with
I hope
Dana,
that it happens once.
and Dana White, he's
finally.
he's
they
like
tried it 5 times already.
yeah, I know, but it's so crazy right now
I
with
think this is the
everything
fifth
with
time, yeah.
everything with the coronavirus and things like that. They definitely are not gonna hold like a event. You know, Dana White has
Yeah,
been
no,
like
no,
hell
no.
bent on
No,
doing something.
It's Dana White, man.
He's like hell bent on doing
Nah,
something.
it's Dana White. He's a boss, man. Like,
Yeah.
look, I don't know Dana White, like, you know, but from watching him, he's going to get it done. Like, I wouldn't bet against Dana White. He
Yeah.
is a hell of a commissioner, GM, whatever fuck he is. Like, boss ass motherfucker. That's what he is. Like, he will get it done. He will get it done.
If he does,
He's brilliant. He's a brilliant marketer,
Right.
brilliant salesperson. He's brilliant.
if he's able to do this,
I mean, I know people give him shit, but he is fucking brilliant.
if he's able to do a pay-per-view event, this is probably going to be the highest because everyone's indoors. They want to see this fight.
Bro, I could see Dana White saying, you know what,
This is
fuck
like-
that. We're doing this. We're getting a ship. And we're fighting on a fucking ship. On some Street Fighter 2 shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Yo,
Guile
that'd be
versus-
awesome, man.
Like, he's gonna, you know, he's
off
gonna
the coast
get,
of Abu Dhabi,
yo,
off
that's
the
what
coast of Saudi Arabia.
Dana White will figure it out. I got faith in him. Now, I'm not worried about Dana White. I'm worried about Tony Ferguson and Khabib. I actually think Khabib really wanted, though.
Yeah,
Like, I think he's at a different level of his career, and he knows that, like, he's still at his peak, and he doesn't want to waste it. If not now, he's gonna be fighting Tony at a later stage, and I don't, and at the same time, I don't know if Tony's at his peak now. I think he might be towards the end of that, which is a little disappointing, but still, it's still a good fight.
Yeah.
To watch, only because I think they tried it so many damn times, and because the brand name. I don't know if it'll actually be a good fight, but
Oh, you think it's gonna be a one-sided? You think it's gonna go towards Khabib?
I think he's gonna win every round.
Ooh.
I
Wow.
think he's gonna. I'm gonna say it like, and I like Tony Ferguson.
I like
man.
Tony Ferguson too. I like
I
his,
like his whole like different. Like, I love differences, right? And I just think he's a really interesting character, man.
Yeah, he's
really,
interesting. He's definitely an interesting character.
But he's himself. I think I don't even know what himself is, but Khabib's just a beast, man. Like, if I was a UFC fighter, damn, I don't know if I want to fuck with him. If I had no wrestling skills, I don't know if I want to fuck with him, man, because like he controls. I don't know if I want to fight someone that I know that can control the pace and I can't.
But Ferguson is known to be a striker and a wrestler, right? So he holds like jiu-jitsu, BJJ
But
skills.
the thing is, he's not. I don't think he's in his prime right now. That's one. Two, Khabib is. I think while this is my opinion, I think while Tony may not be in his prime, might have dropped a little. And let's say they're on equal footing at one point, and Khabib may drop a little. I mean, Khabib I think went up, and I think and Tony kind of went down.
But
I mean,
skill level,
if you just look at the ranking, it speaks for itself. Over the years, the ranking Khabib fucking shot up, and Tony Ferguson went down in the rank. So if you just look at it from, I'm not making shit up,
ranking standpoint, yeah.
right? So I don't know, man. Like, again, it's a good fight because of the brand name, but I have a feeling that Khabib it won't be as entertaining as people think. It's not going to be a two-way fight. I think it's just going to be one-sided. That's my guesstimate. However, I'm not going to say that like conclusively, like it's like taking candy from a baby. Tony's a problem. Tony's a motherfucking problem. He want this shit. But I just don't think that's going to be enough.
I'm looking forward to what Dana White and how the fight's gonna happen.
I just don't want somebody. My concern is not Dana, man. It's not Dana. I think Dana's gonna find out.
He's gonna make
My
sure. My
concern is that fight, one of the fighters, something happens. Knock on wood. But one of the fighters, something happens, and then they're just like, "Oops, we can't make it." You know, somebody gets sick, injured, or whatever the fuck the reason is. Like, I don't want that happening. Like those two, I know that they really want to fight each other. Dana really wants it to happen. The fans want to get this pay-per-view thing going on. I want them to make their money while they still can. I mean, they're putting their bodies on the line. It's well-deserved. And those two are excellent, excellent characters, fighters, inspirations to people. This fight needs to happen. It needs to happen. Dana knows this. And I hope that fate doesn't fuck one of them up. I hope they come into the fight 100%. That they're able to stay healthy.
Yeah, definitely.
Going into it. So it'll be, I mean, I think it'll be better than any other fight that's in the present moment.
Yeah.
As much as I want to see McGregor back in the ring, I want to see Khabib and Ferguson first.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, like, definitely.
Yeah, hopefully this thing all blows over soon and we're back to normal, because that facial hair of yours is...
This is my quarantine facial hair, man.
I see that.
You know how many people are growing out their facial hair?
Hey,
There's
you know
a bunch
what?
of people
You're
doing
doing a much better job than I am, because it looks like I
No.
got soy sauce spilled all over my
No,
mouth.
you're doing it evenly though. You got the mustache and you got the little
yeah, but I come
soul
in,
patch going.
It comes in patchy. I think it looks goofy, but you know, I'm just gonna. I don't have to be in front of people except for this podcast.
Yeah.
But hey, you know, like when am I gonna get a chance to really grow out my hair and my facial?
Exactly.
Like, you know what I mean? So
I think people should see what's happening to people who are working from home right now.
you know, being Asian, that's a little harder because well, you're like a anomaly.
I am an anomaly.
You
bro.
and my brother, you guys can actually grow like facial hair, whereas mine comes out very sparse and patchy.
Yeah.
You know, but
It's,
actually I got some compliments. I don't know, they were just being nice, but it looks to me it doesn't look as full because it's very fine.
It makes you look
straight.
more mature and gentlemanly. Like, you know, you can grow a nice beard and it looks really good on people, and I think it looks good on you.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think
you.
it looks weird on you. See,
Wow,
like
I'm a little insecure about it.
sometimes I think like it does look weird on people, especially Asians, because you know they don't normally rock a freaking facial hair. So.
Right, and with some Asians, when they grow it in, it could look dirty, unkept.
Oh yeah.
Or
dirty.
it can look like a caricature.
Yeah.
Like a Fu Manchu kind of.
But that's if they don't keep it up. Like, I think you do need to shape it like certain ways to make it look
The thing,
nice.
I can't grow it on my, like, being Asian.
No, right now it's
I can't grow it like the way you have it all
Yeah.
over your cheeks and your jawline.
Yeah.
I can't have that. Mine literally grows on my
Just
chin.
2 spots.
My chin. It's like I feel like I'm just going through puberty, but
Well, I mean, those are the right
like,
spots to have it. you know?
Whatever my genetics are, like it's my genetic coding, my programming, whatever it is, it only goes to my chin and the mustache.
Well, it looks good on you, and I think.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I'll
Keep it up.
I'll take the compliment. Yeah, you know, hear this. I grew it out once at work, and you know, the white guys, you know, they grow out like the better, you know, more full beards, and they were like, "Will, you look like you went down with it and came back up with it." I was like, "Y'all nasty." Man.
Oh my god.
I don't know, you ever heard that, but I was just like,
no, but I can imagine.
yeah, yeah. So that was that. But anyway, so that's the quarantine look that we got going on. If you guys aren't watching, you could check us out over at our YouTube channel, Old Kid Productions, over at Lucky Boys podcast. You got the playlist set up there. You can look at the most recent video if you want to check out our facial hair and
the other clips that we have.
Norm's wearing a hat, but you know, you can see how long my hair is or whatever it is compared to the other clips.
I think my hair is just
You
as
guys are
long as
interesting.
yours too. So
Hey-
I just, it's unkempt. That's why I'm wearing a cap.
And if you guys can, maybe we could do something fun. I don't know if you guys want to share your quarantine look.
yeah,
And
send it in.
yeah, you guys email us your quarantine looks, and if you guys are cool with it, we'll share it.
Yeah, we could rate it.
Yeah, we'll rate it. We'll put it. It'll be an idea for us on the next podcast to rate some of the quarantine looks. So I'd be really curious to see. I think it'd be kind of cool. That said, what are you doing to? I guess what you up to? What are you doing to pass the time? Any recommendations out there?
I've been watching. I mean, I'm sure, like, you know, being in quarantine and working from home, a lot of people, you know, escaping to Netflix, right? So
Sure.
I have this show. I think I've just finished about. The show is called All American. It's about a football player that grew up in South Crenshaw, in LA, but he.
Let me guess, he's Asian.
No. he grew up in South Crenshaw in LA, and he went to play football for Beverly Hills, and so he came from both worlds.
A
From
black guy.
black guy.
How did he end up playing in Beverly Hills though? If he's in Crenshaw, how did he get into that school district?
He grew up in Crenshaw, so he had admissions, some sort of lottery program. So he ended up in Beverly Hills High School, and
Lottery program.
yeah, lottery
I bet
program.
you that guy's mad talented.
Well, yeah. Well, it's based on a real NFL player,
Okay,
inspired by a true story. Spencer Pasinger,
Mhm.
who played linebacker, and he was on the Giants.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, his first season with the Giants, they won the Super Bowl.
Go G-Man.
Yeah, so yeah, it's based on his
Wait,
real life
which
story.
which Super Bowl? Recent?
I think the most recent. Yeah,
The one where they beat the Patriots?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I think so.
Ah.
So it was. It's based on his life is inspired.
I gotta rub it in for the
this
Boston
TV show.
guys listening.
Yeah. So it's an interesting story about how a kid from a poor neighborhood going to school in a wealthy area, and just having that dynamic where his friends were super wealthy, while he knew that, like, coming from where he came from didn't get all the resources
Right.
that were given to schools in Beverly Hills.
Isn't that like the underlining theme for our podcast today? Having a different vantage point.
Yeah.
So what was his different vantage point?
I think it was more,
A big ass head start that these guys have because of their resources versus the folks that grew up in Crenshaw without it.
I don't think he looked at that point of view. I think he was like, he was given an opportunity, and he
Right.
was going to make sure that this opportunity counted. And so that's why he went off to play football in college, and eventually to the NFL. He
Right.
actually didn't get drafted. He
Right.
walked on. So
Right.
yeah, I think he made most of his opportunity that was given to him.
Right. And that's a key word, to have those supporters, man. And you know how many successful, talented folks that we miss out, intelligent guys, high IQ, high emotional, high IQ and EQ, that we miss out on only because they don't have the resources. They grew up in a neighborhood that didn't really support them.
Yeah.
Man, we missed out on a lot of talent. I'll just tell you that right now. I grew up in that environment, and I will tell you that these were some of the smartest, most talented folks that just got dealt a really shitty hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? These were like gems. These were diamonds. They really could have changed the world or make an impact for the better.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get into survival mode, you do things to survive.
Yeah.
And it's not pretty. And if you want to judge those folks, look at yourself now. If you lost your job, you've been laid off.
Mm-hmm.
If you, I'm pretty sure you're thinking about survival, your survival and your families. Now imagine being a kid, right, and not having those resources, and you're having to grow up at a pace that you're not supposed to. You know, having to be an adult at 12 years old, taking care of siblings, taking care of your parents, you know, just doing what you need to do to survive, and not thinking about thriving. You know, when you're playing defense, you can't go on offense. And there's just so many. We live in the most, or at least we've been taught, we live in the richest country in the world, in the land of opportunity, and yet we have people in in all these different cities and states that comes from all walk of life, every single color, and we can't even get them to a point where they can thrive. And we're doing our country and just as a human, just a huge disservice. Just so many people I just seen waste their lives, man. Whether they just became too old or they just never really refined their craft, and they never got to a point where they could share it with the world. But I know so many people, and I bet you guys do too, where if you grew up in the hood, you knew some people that were just incredibly talented, incredibly gifted, that just never had the right support. So that being said, if I ever make it, and I'm putting this on record, and I've been told you this since we were in college, I want us, or myself, I'm gonna hold myself accountable into doing my part into promoting that and helping people that are less fortunate but are incredibly gifted to give back to this world and do incredible things and share their talent. I'm all for that.
Yeah, amazing.
But great recommendation. That sounds like a fantastic story. It's like that movie with what's that actress? He played for. Oh my gosh, he was adopted or something by this white family.
Yeah,
he played for the Ravens. Gosh,
what is this? Sandra Bullock is in the movie.
Sandra Bullock,
the mother. Yeah, I remember that story.
Yeah, so I'm sorry I'm leaving you guys hanging, man.
Yeah.
I don't have somebody look up the internet stuff.
Yeah, we can't use the internet right now.
We're pretty limited because we're at a home setup. But I will say you guys can Google Sandra Bullock football movie, and it's gonna come up. It do play for the Baltimore Ravens. It's a pretty good movie, man.
Yeah.
It's a good feel good movie, and it's based on his true story, and it was pretty dope. It was pretty dope what they did for him. If the story really did go like that, it wasn't all Hollywood up.
I'm sure it was in some way. It can't be totally, true.
But
in some way.
Anyway, we go look at movies for fantasy to escape, and it's just beautiful out there that that a family was inspired to help someone else out who had that type of talent and was able to make the most of it. Watch him grow as big as he possibly can, spiritually, physically, just bring out the full potential, and that's what I'm about, man. I love bringing the full potential out of everyone. I love seeing that, man. I love seeing that.
What's inspiring you? Like, what do you recommend during this quarantine time?
It's hard because I've been trying to stay at a positive mindset in a negative world, and especially being Asian, right now. And I don't want to play the race card or the victim card, but it's challenging for a lot of people out there already if you're not Asian, and then to worry about your family, your friends, or people in your community, or yourself being assaulted in any way, shape, or form. Now you have a couple of things to watch out for, and so it's hard to be positive right now, dealing with the facts that are out there. How I'm keeping myself busy, man. Well, here's my recommendation. If we're talking about just regular entertainment, and we're being fun here, Ozark.
Oh, you just started that?
Ozark Life.
You just started Ozark?
No, man. Season 3 just dropped.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, 10 episodes. Be paired. I think 8 or 10. I think it's 10 episodes.
Oh, I didn't know it just dropped.
Ozark. Hey, if you guys aren't watching Ozark, and you're a Breaking Bad fan, then Ozark is in that kind of category. If you like Breaking Bad, I would highly recommend Ozark. It just deals with, and it's not like Breaking Bad where you have a father dealing with cancer and going with the Mexican mafia, dealing with the most incredible meth, blue crystals. But in the sense of like the feeling and the action, I mean, it's just so well done. It's so well executed. The acting, oh my gosh, the casting, incredible. The directing.
Jason Bateman, he plays the main character,
and he also directed some of this.
Really,
I think I saw his name come up in the credits. Jason Bateman's incredible.
You don't want to think.
Jason Bateman, props to you.
Yo, props to him.
I know he's not listening, but in the 0.0000 point,
you don't know 6 degrees of separation, by the way. So
yes, but Jason Bateman, man, my hat's off to you, sir. Thank you for Ozark, man, and thank you, like, yo, he is the man. And he's not playing this tough guy. It's just like a against the grain kind of gangster. Kind of,
Right.
and that's what I mean, parallel with Breaking Bad, because it's that Breaking Bad to me is my all-time favorite series.
Like
Right.
crime series or just series in general?
Series in general. Like, you talking about 1 hour series?
Yeah.
Up there, like top 3, Lord of the Rings. No, not Lord of the Rings. What the fuck am I talking? Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones. Okay.
Breaking Bad, and I think I'm gonna put Ozark there, man. I know some people like Better Call Saul and all this
Yeah.
other stuff, but Ozark, man, it's only 2-3 seasons in, but it was so good because it's not like this outrageous gangster. It's like someone you can connect to. This guy's a family man, and the whole family becomes gangster with him. Whereas Breaking Bad, it was just the father trying to keep it a secret from everyone,
Right.
shield his family. Whereas
And
this one, the father, everyone gets pulled into it. His daughter, his son, and they're just kids.
But they're
Teenagers
cool with
and
it.
preteen.
They're like, okay, we're
Well,
down
they're-
with you, Dad.
They're trying to, right? And he's trying to make. What's interesting, the dynamic is that the parents are trying to make them live a normal life, and the 2 children are more like they come up with some really good ideas on the gangster world. So I was like, this family, this white family that you would look in the suburbs in the catalog, like, yeah, they can, do the white things, the typical white American, where you're like, oh, they're so legit, nice, fall along, they play between the lines, all that stereotypical, upper middle class white goes down the drain. That's the surface, and you drill down. That's
Yeah.
be the key theme today in today's podcast.
Yeah.
You drill down. These motherfuckers are criminals. They're killers. They're
killers.
power hungry. They play the politics, and they do it better than any fucking gangster that's hardcore.
Oh.
I love it, man. You
Yeah.
gotta watch Ozark. If you guys we're talking about just like entertainment,
Yeah.
and just kind of forget about this mess for a hot second, escape reality. Ozark, man, I'm so glad they came out season 3. It is because Netflix can sometimes give you 2 seasons and drop it like they did OA, and that was wrong. But
Yeah.
man, Ozark, I'm so glad you gave them a season 3, man, and keep it going until they the wheels fall off, man.
Yeah.
It is awesome. I didn't finish season 3 because it just came out last night,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Friday night. I mean, we're recording.
I didn't even start season 2.
We're recording this on a Saturday, but
Yeah.
if I don't know, we're probably gonna put this out in the middle of the week next week. But yeah, man, Ozark, guys. I just got 1 episode in, and in the middle of the episode, I gave it a round of. I started clapping because it was so good. In the middle of episode 1 last night, I just started clapping because it was so damn good, man.
Season premiere.
It was just
Wow.
so in the middle of it, just the way they transitioned it. I love it, man. My wife fell asleep, but
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. I'm feeling it. Jason Bateman again. Hats off to you.
It
man.
is a little slow burn. It's like a slow burn. I mean, like, you definitely have to pay attention.
But
It's like
so,
Breaking
the
Bad.
payoff is so good.
Oh yeah.
The payoff is so good. So that's my recommendation. Ozark. If, for you to escape reality, I'm gonna cheat a little. I'm gonna give a second recommendation.
Okay.
You know,
Let's hear it.
Again, the key theme today was to give a different vantage point, and I challenge everyone listening to really give yourself a different vantage point. Now, I'm not saying like if you're a racist listening to this or you're whatever listening to this and you found some value, cool. But I'm just talking about anyone that's listening to this. I think we can all benefit from just doing something we haven't done before that maybe we're too afraid of. So maybe you thought meditation was weird. Maybe you thought yoga was weird. Just find something while we're in quarantine. It gives us an opportunity. Everyone's on pause right now, right? So you don't have to worry about someone getting ahead of you too much, right? So everyone's trying to fall into a routine, but I challenge everyone to break that routine. And I'm talking about mental thinking, the way you think routine. Or if you never worked out, maybe try to give yourself a 20-minute workout. Find a workout routine on YouTube or Instagram, whatever it is. But I challenge you guys to do that. Go against the grain. Try something new. Give yourself a different perspective. Or if it's a mental perspective, maybe it's not so spiritual. Maybe it's not so physical. Maybe mentally you want to challenge yourself to learn a new language slowly. Just see what it's about. Just dabble in it. I challenge you just to do something you would have never done. Do something opposite you. And I'm willing to bet you will like it. I'm willing to bet. I'll put a bet on that.
No,
Yeah.
I second that. Open your mind. I mean, like I don't
Something you thought was crazy, and I'm talking about like extreme.
extreme.
Something you thought was crazy corny.
Oh, okay.
Like I used to think yoga was crazy corny.
Mm.
I used to think hanging out with nerds was crazy corny. I used to want to be with like the roughest, toughest, most gifted, athletic, physically got the great attributes. And then I was like, no, let me try to make friends with everyone opposite of that on the surface. And what I found that there's a lot of beautiful people from all walks of life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I challenge everyone to go against the grain of your programming or what you was taught and just get a different vantage point. And that's my primary recommendation. But if you just, you don't want to dig that deep and you're listening to this and you just want something that isn't so serious, that's kind of more surface, laid back, check out Ozark, man. It's a good watch.
It's like life recommendations.
Hey, man. Hey, my whole point is to give value.
Oh yeah.
Right? I love doing that.
And I hope, I hope
find that a lot of
that what we talk about on a daily, and on our podcast, has that value for you guys.
Yo,
so.
we only been out for a couple of months, and I know some people make fun of us because we don't got like a gazillion subscribers. And that's cool with me too.
We're there almost.
hey, we're not buying any, right?
Yeah.
I know everyone does it. They say everyone does it. That's cool. I mean, that's your swag. I ain't knocking it. So, but what I'm saying is, it doesn't deter me. But at the same time, the one that do subscribe to us, the one that do follow us, the one that do comment and send us messages, and we may not reply to all of them, but I want to tell you that we do read them and that we do appreciate it, man. Especially when it's this micro, because we're not on a macro scale. It really means a lot to us that you guys do support us and that you guys do get value out of this. So in that sense, you encourage us, and it really, we really do talk about like, yo, how can we bring more value to the table to you guys, and just keep you guys with us, and maybe one day we get to meet some of y'all, and whatever, maybe chill, whatever it is, man. I would love that, man. I love meeting people. I love picking people's brains and just hearing stories, man. I love listening to people and just knowing that we made a difference. Because when we made a couple of our web series back in the day, or something else that we did, and then we actually got an award for it, and we met a lot of people that saw it, and then they said that it touched them, and even the actors that were in it, they said, hey, people are coming up to me and telling me that it's amazing, and they're getting roles from it just from seeing the web series that we have, and they didn't have to audition. I mean, to me, that means a lot that we're able to impact so many people's lives and help them move along further in their dreams. That to me is just a beautiful thing, man, that we're able to contribute and pay it forward.
Yeah.
So in this time, I think we all could use that type of mindset. As difficult as it is, I understand. But that's where it is, and that's how we should.
Yeah.
That's
keep
how we should
moving
move
forward. Yeah. Keep moving forward. That's all. That's all we ask of each other, and for you guys who are listening, just keep moving forward.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching and listening to Lucky Boys Podcast. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe.
Yeah. Hey, do just what he said. Subscribe and like and comment. Again, thank you guys a lot. We appreciate you guys. Stay safe. Stay healthy. One love.
Lucky
Peace.
Boys out.